Make no mistake about it, our planet is currently in the midst of a war. Its outcome will either release us into a new enlightened awareness or keep our minds temporarily enslaved in our old paradigms of ignorance for perhaps decades to come. On one side of the battlefield stands the army of the forces of light that are endeavoring to safely usher us into the dawn of a new day of revelation. Opposing the light of God are the forces of darkness that will fight to the death to keep us ensconced in our self-made prisons of apathy, ignorance, and spiritual illiteracy. The battle is extremely real, incredibly subtle, and it goes unrecognized by the vast majority of human beings on our earth. The battleground lies on the fields of our desire and thinking processes. These veiled but potent energies we wield are either equipping one army with light or the other with darkness. We are all involved in the conflict, consciously or unconsciously, and there is no neutral ground to stand upon. The obvious physical conflicts on our planet that headline the news reports are but the surface effects of much deeper causes rooted in the accumulated energy patterns of our daily behavior. The true battleground of this crisis is almost indistinct, yet the war rages right before our eyes. Our thoughts and desires are vortexes of energy in our aura, or field, that have shape, size, and color. The level of intensity of these little lives depends on the focus and fervor we put into them. These thought forms travel outside our aura when directed toward those at whom we aim them. Otherwise, they'll fill our own field until they dissipate through lack of attention. Our behavior is determined by the quality of our desire and thought. Its beneficent or harmful nature conditioned by how much the person is or is not influenced by the light and wisdom of his or her own soul, the life behind our personality form. When our thoughts and feelings are constantly repeated over and over without any particular change in content or mental growth, these vortexes of energies or thought forms are reinforced and solidified. They fill and dominate our aura, making it extremely difficult for a change in thought or attitude to take place. We automatically repeat the same behavior while thinking this is simply normal, that's just the way I am, as if we have no control over our natural tendencies, and as if our personality could not be expressed differently. We're not aware that our actions have developed into programmed behavior. We've become ensconced in our own software program that produces the most comfort along the least line of resistance. The psychic atmosphere of our planet is loaded with emotional, mental thought forms. Like attracts like, and these combined energy formations have a greater influence on our behavior than we can imagine, especially if they are of a malevolent nature. Due to the involuntary nature of matter in these lower worlds in which we operate, a gross energy such as hatred will find a more comfortable niche or dark cloud of force in which to sustain itself, while the refined expression of love often struggles for a hold. Be aware that on a planetary scale, there are a number of dark masters who take advantage of this by working behind the scenes of human activity. They feed off and foment the energies of those humans who are against all that is good for our world, magnify these energies, insert their dark purpose, and send them to where they can do the most harm. These dark ones are more clever than we have realized. They can make black appear as white, and vice versa, influencing and arrogant and ignorant humanity who fall prey to separation, hatred, false ideals, contorted reasoning, argument, contrived righteous indignation, all based on a fear factor. Self-centered persons or groups then become the unwitting soldiers in the army of darkness, often powered by the reasoning that God is on my side, or motivated only by a desire to achieve their godless desires while caring not who or what it is they harm with their behavior. It is on these inner planes of desire and thought, astral and mental, where the real battles between good and evil are fought, and the outcome for our planet's welfare is determined. It is where the true causes of our conflicts have their roots. Money rules our planet. It makes possible a comfortable life for those who have it, and an uncomfortable one for those who don't. Those at the top of the money tree know that he who has the most money rules, and those at the bottom struggle through life being subject to the desires and influences of the ones at the top. The wealthy shape the state of the world. The middle class fluctuates between the upper and lower echelons of financial security. The poor struggle to keep a minimum standard of living, and those who have little or nothing either survive by charitable handouts or remain destitute and starve by the millions. This condition in human affairs is considered normal and unavoidable. As I said, money rules the world in the bigger picture. If you want to know the operational motives of many governments, national agencies, politicians, authorities, corporations, and large business interests, follow the money. Disregard what they say and watch what they do or fail to do. Follow the money, if you can, that is, as it is often hidden from view. Our planet has all the resources to provide food, clothing, education, health services, and productive labor to most of all of its billions of residents. This assertion is not wishful thinking or some utopian dream. It's factual. Someday, through possible Earth changes, which may lessen the world's population to a more practical and manageable number, we will succeed in sharing our planet's abundant resources with all its inhabitants. Currently, humanity has not yet reached the point in its evolutionary growth to be consciously aware that the human race and its environment are one inseparable living organism. Therefore, our well-being will be plagued by conflict, distress, struggle, injustice, poverty, and disease until we change our attitudes and behavior toward our world and each other.